Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I am going to touch upon what is SQL, what are the component of SQL. Before entering into right set of coding, before starting or installing the MySQL workbench, these are the concepts which you should know. So let me take you through without wasting your time. Let's quickly move forward. So guys, as you can see, what is SQL? So SQL is a language to handle the database. Basically, we can say it's database programming language, and the full form stands is structured query language. Okay, so now basically the SQL was used to handle database related issues or database related operations. Whether you want to update a table, so let me write, if you want to update the table, if you want to insert anything in the database, if you want to create a new table in the database, if you want to delete something from database, or you want to retrieve. So for performing all these operations, SQL was created, and SQL can interact with any of the structured relational databases. They are like DB2, Oracle, most popular ones I'm naming, and Netiza. If any of these dataset you want to handle, you can easily use structured query language here. Okay, and the origination of SQL is everybody's dream. The reason is because for any programming language, if you want to interact with database, you cannot do those operations which SQL can do without using the concepts of SQL. That's why all the data analyst, data engineer, everybody first they are learning SQL only. Without learning SQL, you cannot do anything with database related things. So that is very important. Now, when we talk about the key features, obviously now you understood what is the meaning of SQL, why SQL was created, and what actually SQL is doing. So now it is very important to understand the feature. Now the feature of SQL are pretty much okay. If you want to query in a database, like you want to check anything specific, like inside the database how many total students are there, how many total customer are there, or if you want to precisely call how many customer are there who are having balance less than 1 lakh rupees, so you can query the database very easily using the SQL. Then for the manipulation, if you want to manipulate the data, and how you manipulate, so for that there are specific command. Let me write those: insert, update, or delete. If you use any of these commands, you are basically trying to manipulate the data set. You are basically trying to insert anything in the table. You are maybe trying to update any value. Let's say Rajat have a salary of 1 lakh. You want to update now Rajat have a salary of 10 lakh. So you can update that. Now if you want to delete any record, let's say Rajat left this company. So you can delete that observation which have Rajat. Now you can also do data definition. This is a third operation. You can define the definition of the data. Now how you can do that? Basically you can create a new table, so that is known as a definition. Also you can drop the table. If you want to delete the table, you can do that. Drop will drop the table, complete table will be dropped from the database. Then you can alter. So these are the operations which are related to defining the SQL in database. Now query you can do, number one, then manipulation you can do using these three operations, then definition you can do using these three operations, then you can do data controlling also. You can control the database also, like grant command is there. Okay, you can grant the access or you can revoke the access. So guys, you can see these are very important and very useful as a analyst, as a data engineer. You use all of this on daily basis. Then this is the fourth thing. Now the last thing is transactional control. SQL give you transaction level control. And how we are doing that? Using, there are some commands which are very rarely used, but you should know that. Okay, that's why I'm mentioning it here. So those are commit, rollback. If you want to do some commit, you want to commit some changes in your table, so you simply use commit, and if you want to roll back those changes, you can use rollback. So this is pretty much easy. Now guys, let me summarize. Features of SQL are 5. Number 1, query, manipulation, definition, control, transaction level control. Okay, so this is all and all about what is SQL, why SQL is used, and what are the operations of SQL. Now let's move forward to SQL component. What are the structure of SQL, basic SQL? SQL is also named as so many different platform wise, like PL/SQL, MySQL. In SAS also we use Proc SQL. So every language use SQL in a different way, but the basic structure remains the same. So let me quickly go through the SQL component. So let me basically draw one diagram which will clear all the doubts. So let's say when you have number 1 step is SQL query. So you are writing your SQL query. After your SQL query, the query will go to the SQL engine. So here you have a engine. At the back end, obviously you will not be able to see the SQL engine. Now this SQL engine, let me write SQL engine so you don't get confused. SQL query, then SQL engine. Now this is further divided into 3 parts, like DDL, DML and DCL. Now DDL is known as data definition language. This is data manipulation language, and then we have data control language. So these are the 3 type of commands you have. Like DDL commands are, let me define those commands, because sometimes these questions are asked in interview also, that what is DDL, DML, DCL. Data definition language, what are those? Create, insert, and then grant. So these are part of this. Then you have DML, like alter. So alter actually help you to alter the table. Then you have update the table and then revoke the table. So using these commands, you can basically say these are the data manipulation language, because you are manipulating the table using this. Then data control, how you can control? Using either drop or delete. So that's how the structure of SQL engine is. Like inside the SQL engine, there is a whole block where you have 3 things. Which type of language you want to use? When I say language, I mean to say that what type of command structure you are giving to your code. That's how you define the whole SQL architecture, or what you call is SQL whole design system. Now, on that note, I will end this video, and I hope things are clear to you, because this is basic and you should know this before entering into hardcore programming. In the next video, I'll meet with you some amazing content and with more and more informative concepts. If you like this video, if you like my effort, please hit the like button and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much, guys.